because I going to the gym later, so I need to exercise every day because now my body is going to a little fat, so I want to exercise to going to the gym later. So let's talk about my life before and now. So the mountain, because before I living at the mountain, so it's not easy if you living at the mountain because it's very far to buying what you need, because before we don't have a tricycle and motorbike, so going to the mountain only horse. So before I schooling to elementary, and then I graduating to elementary, and then I always walking every morning. You know that I going to school 6 a.m. in the morning. So I don't eat breakfast, because if I eat breakfast, so I going to school, I'm late because the school is very far. So only water to I eat breakfast. So early in the morning, 6 a.m. I going to school because I want to help to, before that I going to school, I want to help to my mother, because my mother, he's a farmer, but because I have I have four sisters and three brothers, so 7 siblings of the families. So my father, he's a farmer too, and then my mother too. So after that I going to school, I first to help to my mother to going to jungle. I want to wood, because I always to fought fire, you know that, because in the mountain we don't have gasol, because I'm very poor before, and then so after I going to school, I want to help to first to my mother and my father. First I going to river, and they have what difficult of English to I get to the water to bring, to carry, to give to my mother, because my mother I have because my mother, this I have a lot of I have a lot of children. So because I'm the eldest of the siblings of my mother daughters. So now first I want to help to my mother first after going to school. Then after that I graduate, I going to school, and then 6 a.m. to walking, because the school is very far to my house in the province. So after that to go, I going to school. You know that the school from my house 2 hours to walking, then at 6 a.m. to walk, and then I have a lot of friends, classmates, so going to school, because if you don't going to school, you don't know how to read and how to write. So after that so I going to school, and then after that I graduating to elementary, and then I going to, after I graduate elementary, I going to town in Shaton, because I want to work, I want to help to my mother, because before in living in the mountain, my mother and father is a farmer, and then his planting of rice, but the rice is I think 2 months and harvest after you get it. And then we don't have money for buying what he want, so I going to town and applying to the job. And then after that, I working student. And then I have my boss is very kind to help me. And then my salary before was is 800 pesos a month, because the sticky rice, because the mountain he loves to eat sticker no stinky fish, because the people living at the mountain, if you have stinky fish, you are very famous to it. So now I working after I graduating to elementary, and then I going to Dumaguete. I working to like housemaid. And then my salary is 800 a month. And then after that, after finish a 1 month, my father is going to my boss. He take to my salary 800 pesos a month, because he said that he's buying to the medicine, because my youngest sister before always sick. And then I have my sister is because before I 8 siblings, because my one sister is he passed away because he's sick. And then we don't have money for buying medicines. So my I emotional, but cause I'm so I'm so sad, because my sister is going to pass away because his diarrhea, because it's very far, my province at the town in Shaton. So my sister he's passed away. He's 9 years old of age. So because they have a diarrhea, and then it's very far, the town of Shaton, to going to the doctor. So I'm so very sad. So I thinking about, so I going to work at the housemaid. So my father every month he stick to my salary for he take to my salary 800 a month. So I give all, because if you work at the housemaid, do you have a free food, and it's not free for soap to washing your clothes, so only the food free. And then after I work that, he said to my boss, you want to schooling, because he said that you are very kind, and you it's not you shy to talk to people, so I looking with you need to schooling. Then I always thinking, because if I is schooling, how to help to my families, because my my brother and sister is not big, because my siblings, my daughter of my mother always like ABCD, the gap is 3 years, 2 years at gap. So this is because in the mountain always making a baby, so we don't have a control. So I have my sister brother 2 years and at gap, the next. So I thinking about that, if I schooling, how how I can to help my family because he need to money for buying to medicines and rice. So he said to my boss before, if you're schooling to get a working student, I give you salary half. So in it's 800 a month, so he gave to me 400, and then he's buying to the pen, bag, notebook. Then my half salary I give to my mother because before the kilo of corn rice is 16 pesos a kilo, but now here is 44 per kilo. So not before it's not expensive, but now so expensive. So I have a half salary to give to my uh, mother and father. So I want to help. So now then I schooling. So 3 o'clock I wake up because I said to my boss after going to school the house is so clean, and then I so early wake up, and then 3 a.m. in the morning I wake up to cleaning at the house, and then because uh, because he because if you working student a lot you work, you don't have a rest. So I cleaning the house, so I finish 4:30 in the morning. Then after that I cooking for food of my employer. So I finish the cooking, I shower, I going to school. But I going to school always to like that because I'm so very tired. So but I always to pray because I see that it's not easy if we don't have your schooling. So I school, and then after that uh, my sister, he's calling to my mother to telephone because here before in the Philippines we don't have now they have a cell phone, only telephone. And then he's calling at me, he said that my sister, the youngest sister, he's in the hospital because he's admitting because they have another diarrhea. So I have a lot of problem. So I talking to my boss, I want to borrow for buying of medicine. Then my boss, he said okay, and then I gave to my mother. And then because my sister, because they have a diarrhea, so he needs to admitting before in hospital. And then my mother and my father, he going to in Shaton to living because he's far my province to in Chaton. So he decided that so living at the town of Chaton. So I have a little house. So his renting to my mother and father is only 200 a month before. And then I said okay, and then my father is stay in the Shaton and my mother. And then because if you living at the town, if we don't have your work, it's not easy to get how to get financial to buying what he needs. So always took a visit to me. So he wants of I give to a little help. So after that, I said to my father, I'm schooling, I can't provide too much with you because I buying a book and pen. Then he said it's okay because I want my father, he wants to going to the river, he want to like he work to what is the name, construction. We want to going to the river to get gravels. gravel and rocks to selling at that 7 pesos sack. So it's not easy. So I thinking, oh gee, I thinking always, it's not easy if we don't have your work. So I decide to schooling to work to help my mother. Until now, my sister, I give to my sister to me, and then I to feed to schooling, and then he's finished that his work at the Cebuana, and then he helped to my mother and my father, and then my sister, a little sister, always grow up, and then now my sister is working at sa Cebuana. This is my story before. It's very sad, but a lot of experience to how to work to working student before is not easy. And thank you Lord, give what he gives to me now, what he want. And thank you so much, my I share story about my life before. Thank you, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel, Jane Everything Vlog. Bye.